shooting and killing a wild bull elephant in Zimbabwe. What was he thinking? Well, joining me on the phone now is that CEO, Bob Parsons, and Dan Matthews, the Senior Vice President of PETA, the most vocal animal rights group. Mr. Parsons, it wasn't the smartest thing to be doing as a CEO, was it?
Well, you know, actually, I think it was a wonderful thing to be doing, and the reason is first of all, all the media mentions is that, hey, I shot and killed an elephant. What the media doesn't mention is I shot an elephant that was destroying crops. I had a farmer come get us. I had tribal authorities ask us to help out. And when I shot that elephant, we just took one bull elephant, drove the rest of the elephants out of the field, saved the crops, and a lot of people got to eat because the elephant was butchered, and people walked from 20 miles around to get a piece of that meat. So it was a very poverty-stricken area, and I'll tell you what, those farmers were desperately appreciative.
How much is your company worth, Mr. Parsons?
How much is my company worth? You know what? I don't know what it's worth, but
yeah, give me a ballpark.
Huh?
Give me a ballpark.
A ballpark? I don't know. I guess it's well into maybe $1 billion, I would hope.
Right. So you got a company worth billions, and yet you're there saying that you have to shoot elephants to protect poverty-stricken locals. Why don't you just give them some money?
Well, I don't know that one has anything to do with the other. I mean, is it because, you know, we're now in this country, we have this bent that if you have money, you somehow are evil. But actually, I was over there doing a very good thing. I was helping people that needed help, that are in a situation that politically is very tenuous. There really aren't that many relief organizations over there working. You know, this was something these people needed. You know, hey, their crops aren't harvested. They starve to death.
Will you carry on shooting elephants?
Excuse me?
Will you carry on shooting elephants, then?
Well, I will not carry on shooting elephants, but what I will carry on is helping the farmers deal with problem elephants, and it's very different.
Mr. Parsons, if you could wait one moment, I'm just going to bring in Dan Matthews from PETA. You've heard what Mr. Parsons said there, Mr. Matthews. What was your reaction?
Well, ever since this oafish, violent video posted, we have taken our business with GoDaddy and gone elsewhere, and that's what we're encouraging other people to do. If you really want to help the people there, and if you really want to look after the crops, do what they've done in other communities across Asia and across Africa and erect fences. I understand Mr. Parsons may not get the same kind of rush with a hammer as he would with a gun, but that's the more sensible thing to do. And people love elephants. That's why people are stopping going to the Ringling Brothers and going to Cirque du Soleil instead. Elephants are these fantastic, noble, sophisticated creatures, and they're on the fast track to extinction because of the ignorant attitudes of people like Mr. Parsons here.
Mr. Parsons, you're apparently ignorant, and you should have been building fences, not shooting elephants. What's your reaction to that?
I disagree with that totally, and my friend here from PETA, his comments, all that indicate is that he hasn't been over there. He doesn't know the situation. Those elephants are not on the brink of extinction, particularly in that Zimbabwe, Botswana, South Africa corridor. I have many posts on my blog from people that live down there, and they express support for what I did. And, you know, I'll tell you what, the elephants are a problem in that area, and we're not killing the whole herd, but what we're doing is we're taking care of them very selectively so that the farmers' crops are saved. See, keep in mind, if those farmers don't get their crops, they don't go on food stamps or welfare. They don't eat. They starve to death. So it's a very important thing, and it's something that PETA and everybody else needs to be concerned about.
And Mr. Parsons, if I may just say to you, I mean, we're looking at pictures of you at the moment, posing proudly with your kill. If you were doing this for some kind of humanitarian purpose, why are you looking like you're some kind of super hunter with your kill there?
Let me tell you about the smile I have on my face at that time. What we did that night, we went into that field to get those elephants out. It was pitch dark. There was no moon. There was no stars. We had no night vision, anything. We moved just by hearing. It took us an hour to move through that sorghum. I can tell you it was very intense. When we got within 15 yards of the elephants do what they do at night. They're very aggressive. They attacked us. We turned the flashlights on, and we were able to select the oldest bull, shoot that bull, not harm the others, drive the rest out, and it was mission accomplished. And that smile you're seeing was a smile of, you know what, we did everything we set out to do. My gosh, the crops are saved. The elephant is just one down, the rest are unharmed, and these people are going to eat tomorrow.
Mr. Parsons, are there other photographs in existence of you shooting big game like this?
Or other photographs in existence? Yes. As a matter of fact, if you go on video.me, you will see a video of the same type of hunt last year.
And any other animals?
He's also killed other wild animals. It's kind of bloodless. It's just like these troubled teens who beat up people and post the videos and brag about it. It's ridiculous. It's not civilized, and it's not a long-term solution.
It has nothing to do with troubled teens and beating up people and having anything to do with it.
I think it maybe has to have this bloodlust makes you...
that in these types, in these situations, the reason that there's any game at all is because hunters support the area, they step up, they pay the money for game management, they set the quotas, they do all that in place. Organizations like PETA, they don't put 10 cents into any of this.
There are a number of volunteer groups who do that already with a lot less means than you, and it's a much more permanent solution.
Gentlemen, if I may just ask you finally, Mr. Parsons, have you had any financial damage to your company, GoDaddy.com, so far in light of this incident?
No, none at all.
So nobody's removed any money.
And I'll tell you why, because most Americans understand people need to eat. You know, most Americans understand that, you know, the circle of life and how that all happens, and that this needs to be done. And they understand it was very selective. This wasn't anything wanton. I mean, this was done very selective. We were very careful to just hurt one bull, the old bull, and feed all these people. Now, to me, that's a wonderful thing, and to try to make something dark of it, well, and then, of course, to always attack me personally, oh, that's what PETA does.
Okay, well, Mr. Parsons, Mr. Matthews, I guess the viewers can make their own minds up, and I appreciate you both coming on. Coming up...